Good morning. Today I'm planning to do something just a tiny bit different. On Saturday I had to take my overlocker in to be serviced because I broke it. And today it's fixed, which is much faster than I thought because today is Wednesday. So I thought you could come along with me to the sewing machine shop, which is about an hour's drive away from my house, for me to pick up my baby and bring it home. And while you're here, I just thought I'd turn you around and you can have a look. I'm steaming up the windows, but you can have a look at the beautiful view that we have today with farm vehicles coming towards us. But this is the view from outside my children's school. They are very lucky children. So that's today's plan. You can come along with me and we'll see how it goes. Was my sewing machine picked up, and then I attempted to go into Wilko's to get some Ziploc bags, which are really useful for keeping cut out projects in, but as you saw, the shelves were all empty and I'm very sad about that. But I'm not actually generally sad because today is an awesome day. Not only have I been reunited with my sewing machine, my overlocker to be specific, but also two people have stopped me, and one of them a friend and one of them a total stranger in a shop, and said, "I love the skirt you're wearing." And I said, "Oh, I sewed this," and I feel super good. So I've had two totally spontaneous random compliments about something I've sewn that I'm wearing today, and when I get home I will show you my repaired overlocker and I'll show you what I'm wearing. Okay, so I'll see you there. Here we are back at home and my overlocker is back in its rightful place on my sewing table. I thought I'd just show you what exactly I did. So here is the throat plate, the needle plate for the machine. So under there is the new one. There you go, so it's this bit here. And I had managed to break one of the spikes. So there should, where my finger is, there should be two spikes. And you can see there's a metal rod going down there. And there should be two which separate the two needles on an overlocker. So there are the two needles in there, and there should be two, and it's what the lower loopers wrap around in order to space their stitches and stuff. And I'd managed to get one of them broken, and as you might be able to see, there's some damage on there. So I was breaking needles left, right and centre. I went through 5-6 needles in a matter of a few weeks, if not sooner, and it was getting more and more frequent. So I knew there was something wrong. Also within breaking the needles, I think he said that one of the loopers, so you've got this looper here, and I think that one had like a slight divot out of it, which he's polished off. It's a fantastic shop in Carlisle. He didn't, if he can repair something, he will repair it rather than charge you for a new part. So it's brilliant. I'd strongly recommend it. I'll put a link to it, although I don't think they have an online presence, but I'll put their details down below. So that's what needed to be fixed in my machine, and that is what is now fixed. And I can get on and do some sewing just as soon as I next have some time. That is super sunny, isn't it? So I said that I would show you the skirt that got me so many compliments. So I'm going to stand up and the light won't be quite so bright and you'll see the skirt I'm wearing today. So here it is. It is the Zinnia skirt by Colette Patterns Zinnia skirt. Obviously I'll put a link down below. I have put a little cloud fabric in the pockets, and when the two people who complimented me did compliment me, I said, oh yes, and look inside my pocket, which you never normally do. If someone says, I like your skirt, you say, oh, look at the pocket. But that's what I did, because that's what you do when you sew things for yourself, isn't it? So yeah, it's got pockets. They are inseam pockets, so when my hands aren't in there, you can't see them. The skirt itself has pleats. Now I had to make them slightly smaller in terms of slightly less fabric in them than the pattern, because I didn't quite have the width of fabric that I needed. It's quite a creasy fabric. I'm not sure what it is. I got it from Ray Stitch in London a couple of years ago. I think it's definitely linen, maybe a linen cotton blend. So it does crease quite a lot. And the last time I wore this I got rained on and then it dried, so it dried a little bit crumpled, but I don't really care. So that is the Zinnia skirt. It has pleats at the back as well. It fastens with a zip here. So did I put an invisible zip in? Yeah, an invisible zip, and I've got a big button. I pieced the waistband, so I have a seam there, I have a seam there, I have a seam there, and of course it's pieced here because it's two separate bits. And I really like it. It's a good shape on me, it's a good fit. I made it maybe slightly longer than the pattern, because I like to just cover my knees. I have a thing about my knees, don't particularly like the shape of them, so I like a skirt to just cover my knees. Up here, this is the Closet Case Patterns Kalle shirt. So it's not the shirt dress, it's the shirt. And recently, just a couple of months before Christmas, they introduced a sleeve expansion. So I've got my sleeves rolled up, but this is the Kalle shirt. And if I roll my sleeves down, you can see it has a really deep cuff. So the cuff is to there. It has a button, which I have to do it up. So it has one button on the cuff. So the bottom of the cuff, can't do the button up, there we go. The bottom of the cuff is not fastened. And then it's got a button on the placket, so it's a placket. Really, there's a really good tutorial on how to do that. I am wearing the half placket version, so if I lift up my scarf, it would be like a granddad shirt type thing, we'd call that. I made one pocket and I just used the back of the fabric for the top of the pocket. So yeah, but I preferred how it looked with it rolled up then down today. So that's how I styled it. So there you go. It's very bright again when I come closer. Let me try and sort that out. That's a little better, isn't it? That'll do. So it's time to say goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. So I hope you enjoyed coming on my little sewing field trip, seeing my sewing machine come back from the doctors, as it were, and the other little bits and pieces that we did. Like the video if you liked it, let me know in the comments down below. And I was thinking that there are a few other little places that I could show you in the local area. It's not a big sewing area, but there are a few other places. So if you like the idea of this little field trip that we did and you'd love to see more videos like that, then let me know. Particularly, there is the factory where they make tweed for Chanel is near here, and I've only been once, and they have a factory shop. But if you'd like to have a sneaky peek there, then maybe we could go on an outing there. And hey, I don't need too much excuse to go and have a look at fabric. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.